like we always do at this time. Let's go, man. No Strings Wednesday night. Lionel on the turn up. Hey, we're gonna have a good time tonight, y'all. We're running a little bit late, but we here for the family. Got a little Kim on them.
What's good, y'all? Happy Wednesday. We're here with them vibes, baby.
Lionel's all the way turned up. Y'all, let's turn up with us, man. Wednesday night. We're gonna be talking about the Cam Newton situation, man. We know his situation went viral with Dr. Bryant. Where they were talking about broken homes, creating broken homes. We're gonna get into all of that. We gotta make sure we get into that. It ain't done until we touch it over here at No String. So we gotta talk about that. Plus a whole lot of other stuff we'll get into along the way. I don't know who else is pulling up. I think Naomi might maybe pulling up a little bit later. We'll see. Hold on. Let me check my damn Palm Pilot. I'm not sure if we in a time warp, if we are experiencing some right now. But goddamn it, we got Amber in the building.
Hey, welcome home.
Y'all say what's up to Amber, man. What up, Amber?
Hello.
Don't you come on here bringing that low energy right now. I'm damn near sleepy myself. Hell, let's go. We on the turn up tonight, man. Y'all tap in with us, man. Share a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Amber in here tonight. We don't know how long we got Amber.
Till 10 o'clock.
Look, she ain't been here, so look, she ain't in this in a while. Her camera all crazy.
No, it ain't. I'm just trying to turn it down. I'm on my
Maybe. There we go. She got it. What up, Dream? Dream in the building. Look, they ask you, look, the people. Amber, where you been? Look, they said, what up, Amber?
on leave. I've been on leave.
Yeah, she has been on leave.
Yeah. We in here tonight, man. Y'all tap in with us. Let's go. Let's turn up, man. We're gonna have a good time tonight talking about this Cam Newton situation. I want to get something out the way real quick, though, and we're gonna go jump right into the Cam Newton thing. But I want to play this because I don't want to forget if we go long in the conversation. Y'all gotta stop. I think this is an old clip, but it came across the IG, and I had to play it again because y'all gotta stop falling for this foolishness with some of these preachers and teachers and swindlers out here. Let me play this for y'all real quick, man. Here we go.
I prophesy supernatural weight loss. Wait, and this will be a sign.
As you declared the instant weight loss, her pants became super loose. We have witnesses around her that was saying her pants were so tight. And when she stood up after the video, her pants are completely loose, just like the testimony in the video. This is an instant testimony.
You see, y'all just need to, if y'all trying to lose a little weight, go to his church, man. You'll lose a dress size or two. You know what I'm saying?
Where's this church at? Because I need to.
I don't know. You might want to stay away, Amber. That motherfucker might get struck down. Leave that church alone. Leave that church alone, man. But all right, let's go. Let's get into the Cam Newton situation. For those of you who didn't see it, he did an interview with Dr. Bryant in which, you know, he was Cam Newton is funny. Cam Newton is what I call a slick talking Negro. So he was kind of trying to talk a little slick, trying to justify to a certain degree. I'm not knocking him. We'll get into it, but trying to talk about his situation. He has 8 kids by 3 different women. Those are just the stats. I'm not saying good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. Those are his stats. And so he was talking to the doc. Let me pull it up here. And he was telling her how he feel, how he get down, why he get down that way. And we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Here goes former #1 overall draft pick in the NFL, Cam Newton. Let's go, Cam.
People see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want
or by
God
your
to bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it. I didn't say it. I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
All right, I want to stop it right now, right there, and we're gonna get into what she says. Let me get Naomi in here as well. But that was him, you know, what y'all think? Because that's him talking what I like to call some sleek Negro talk. Let's go. What y'all say so far, what y'all heard from Cam?
At least he could play football good, I guess. I don't know what else more there is to say.
He said he taking his time right now.
He's an idiot.
I'm like, you know, when it comes to these athletes, you just got to remember, like, these are dumb jocks talking, right?
Whoa.
Like, so it's not necessarily like, I don't know. I'm not going to expect like intelligence or higher level thinking or higher levels of consciousness coming from Cam Newton, and not eloquent individual. He couldn't even spell eloquent individual.
Whoa, hold on. Why you going at the athletes like this, Naomi? She got all the smoke.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying what's true, okay?
Amber called him an idiot. Jesus.
I'm like, it's different. You know, volleyball players are very intelligent. Like that's a sport where you definitely need.
Now volleyball players ain't athletes now. See?
No, they are. I'm like, those are like the smart level of athletes. But football players who've been getting hit in their head like for 30 years, he probably been getting hit in his head.
Okay. Okay, so we blaming CTE on
maybe that's all. That's the best we can give him because I don't know what else we gonna blame it on if it ain't that.
So y'all, because some people was like, "Hey man, he's spitting right there. That's some real talk." You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes I saw, a lot of dudes in the chat. I mean, I can go to the
comment. Is it the dudes that aren't in the same house as their kids?
Listen, I don't know what house they in.
No, they have broken homes too.
All right, well, let's get into
like,
the doc.
Yes, somebody is finally speaking up for us.
Well, let me before I go to the doc, anything, Lionel, from what you heard from Cam?
I don't know. I guess what stood out to me the most, ironically, is like I feel like at least he was transparent and honest about his fear of divorce being greater than his desire to marry. So I feel like that was the only thing valid to take from that. Everything else I can't even remember, like what he said. But like with that, I was like, okay, there's like a step forward because that's transparency and like you can do something. Like we can work with that. Like we can have a conversation and like heal. But like everything else was just like, for me, like project. I don't know what he's deflecting or like trying to avoid or pushing away. Like that's what he gave. I don't know what he's trying to avoid. Like commitment, maybe it's like a woman. I don't know. And he gave like push, and then a little glimpse of honesty and transparency. And so I appreciated that piece at least. But everything else was just like kind of projection, I feel.
I want to get to the doctor real quick, but before I get to Dr. Bryant, I want to go back and I'm gonna play an old clip of Cam talking to some young ladies on another podcast, just to give some insight, some more Camisms of him talking, just justifying his scenario and how he gets down. Here we go. Let's get into this Bible talk, Cam.
Our religion, it has got lost in translation. There are some high-valued men in the Bible that had a lot of favor from God by having multiple wives and multiple concubines. So you can't sit up and say you want a man of God and not acknowledge the fact that, oh, in this society is socially accepted. But in the Bible, when you talk about David, when you talk about Solomon, the the wisest person in all of earth.
Talk to him, Cam. There you go. So there go him telling y'all biblically, how he giving it up. Are y'all mad at Cam still? Y'all mad at who? Y'all mad at?
Who said everybody was mad?
No, I'm like,
you called the man a damn idiot.
That don't mean I'm mad. He's just an idiot.
Okay, all right.
No, that could just be facts. I'm like, his kids may be the ones that are probably gonna be the most mad, but
yeah, true.
Hey.
Okay.
He obviously not having those thoughts about the kids. He's not thinking that far ahead. He wants the kids, but not necessarily in the ways that's most beneficial for them.
Well, he'll go to Doc. Let's go, good doctor.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that.
Let me just say this. Doctor's very distracted with her titties all in the screen. I'm trying to listen, but
no, I was thinking about that too. I was like, probably not the most appropriate outfit for a doctor, but maybe, maybe she wants to look cute for TV.
I mean, I didn't know if this is how the counselors look. Shit, maybe I need to rethink my.
He said maybe therapy isn't so bad.
Mine don't look like that.
You say yours does?
Do not.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you need to go get a different therapist.
That's not what it's about. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't know what it was about. Shit, because Cam went out here and got his therapist got the damn name on her chain. She out here popping, got the titties smashed together. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go.
I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved, everybody who's in this box and that box.
Okay, let's go, man. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let me holler at my man Lionel first, real quick. Yeah. Let's get this mail. So what you think? You heard both. You heard Cam. You heard the doc. And, there's a lot of chatter on Twitter, X, whatever you call it, from the Black community, right? Yeah. Talking about this. So talk to me, Lionel. Let's go. What say you?
Yeah, I feel like I understand both perspectives. Obviously, I respect both perspectives. And I respect his right. He has a decision to be able to not commit to a family and just my desire is to make babies and we have the space to think what we want to think, technically. So I respect that. But then personally, I agree with her. My personal moral compass aligns with, first of all, there's nothing more important to me than family. Anybody that knows me, family is everything. And not just even family in your house, but family that is your blood, and family that you chose, and family that's even your community, your neighbor. That's extremely important to me. So I can't really align with the idea of not being in the home or not being present. That kind of kills me on the inside. So, but I recognize there's different kind of people, and I don't know where he's at mentally to where that doesn't affect him in that way. So it's no judgment. I'm not judging him. It's just I recognize we have different perspectives. And so that's just it. I feel I don't think he's an evil person, bad guy. I do think that he may be doing a lot more damage than he may be aware of. And but that's just life. I'm sure we all are damaged by our parents, and we all damage our kids,
Right, right.
So that's that. But I don't agree with him. I do think that that's wild a little bit. I'm from a different school. Where I'm going to invest into this house and this family and these kids need to be together, type shit.
Yeah, let's go, Amber. You ain't been on here in a long time. I know you say you tired as F, right? But let's go. Talk to me though, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that your pops is super important to you in your life. So I think that you might have a super interesting perspective as somebody who's very, very close to their father.
I just feel like she's out here doing the Lord's work.
I agree.
Because there's no way like she said, there's no way that you can give all these kids the same amount of time. There's just no way. There's so many kids just everywhere, and it is selfish.
Yeah.
While he's on there, pretty much not saying he gonna marry his servant at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's looking like a double idiot because, and any woman after this podcast that have a kid by him is an idiot too, I guess, because
No, and he'll probably still find me too. One would still probably do it.
And I feel like what doesn't get spoken about a lot, because I know even like with both kids in the house, like you said, Amber, that even is a thing. Like, because I have 2 kids in the same house, and I have to be very fucking intentional about like making sure I'm giving them enough attention, like when it's needed and desired. Like seriously, and I'm in the same house. Like that's just not easy. So I couldn't imagine being in another city, living in another household, and like those little moments when like the mom needs you, like she's just overwhelmed. Or little moments when like you could step in and help. Like that means the world to me. Like I know my role, and I know that. Like that makes my heart feel full. Like mom, I got your back, babe. Like you've done so much bringing this baby here, and that's why I feel like it's synergy within being in that same household. That means the world to me. So like
but
that point, that one just speaks to that point.
I also wonder what his relationship is like with his mother.
Yeah.
No, so it was very interesting to me because I think they said like his parents have been married for like decades. Like they're still married. So I think it's like he's coming from a perspective like he doesn't necessarily know the damage that can come from not having both parents in the home, right? Like so he's gonna be like the first one starting it off for his kids, as opposed to like he did have both parents in the home. And of course, like just having both parents in the home doesn't mean that things are perfect and there aren't problems and troubles. But like it's definitely something when, and even when you do have like a good relationship with your kids, like he could be talking to all of his kids and he could be up on his visits and doing all his things, but like Lionel said, like it's definitely not going to make up for not having that in the home energy. Like so I think, I don't know, and then 8 kids, so like even 8 kids in one home would be a lot to handle. Shit. So yeah, and then having to deal with like 3 different baby mamas and you know, but when it comes, I guess, to fear of divorce, I feel like I've always had like a fear of marriage. And I've honestly just gotten over my fear of marriage by starting to believe in divorce. So it's funny that like he got the reverse. Like this nigga scared of divorce, so he don't want to get married. I didn't want to get married because I'm scared of marriage. But I'm like, you know what? I think it would be okay if divorce exists. I guess if the shit don't go right, I can get out of this shit.
And I feel like to bring up Dr. Umar's point when he was talking to Nick Cannon, I think something that's another thing that's like overlooked, which is why that conversation is so good, because who would be bringing these things to these kinds of men's attention if no one's having the conversation? So I think that it's a good conversation. But I know Dr. Umar was telling Nick Cannon, like what does that say to the kid? Like when like they can recognize like you didn't choose their mom and like they just see you choosing like someone else. Like that says something. Because I know like even if like Tamara is talking to me and I don't hear like her, I didn't hear what she said. Niles will be checking me like he's so defensive of his mom. He'll be looking at me upside my head. Hey, did you hear what mom said? You know, like he like the way I handle his mom, the way I speak to his mom, the way that I love his mom, bitch, that means the world to him. And he's like, don't play with it. He's like, don't play with that. And so like, and I'm aware of that. So then if I just wasn't here, like what does that say to him? Like what does he process and think like, this is how he feels about my mom or whatever the case is. So it's just like, it's got to be bigger than like, I got this fear of divorce. When you're a grown ass responsible man making babies, like you got to be responsible. You can't just be, I'm making babies, but I'm scared of divorce. Like at some point you got to stand up because like it's kids watching. Like it's just at some point.
Especially when he's saying, and I want more kids. It's like, all right, nigga.
No, and I feel like having kids is like a really, it can really be a deeper tie than marriage. So it's like, because you would really get tied to this person and like bringing a life and creating a life. It can definitely get deeper than marriage. So like to be scared, to not be scared to have children, but to be scared of marriage is just like a crazy thing. Because you could dead ass, if you got married to somebody, y'all ain't have no kids. Like y'all could end that shit, you'll never have to see that motherfucker again.
Let me play this for y'all real quick. Because she almost was the bird of the week. Because y'all were talking about whoever he has kids by next. So this is his most recent mother of his most recent child. I don't think the kid.
And how many kids she have with him?
She just has the one.
Okay, I'm like, so what's the breakdown of the numbers? Because it's 8 kids, 3 baby mamas. What baby mama got the most kids?
I think the first one has 4, and then I think he had 3 with the next one. Somebody got 4, somebody got 3.
See, and it's just like having 4 kids and still being a baby mama is crazy. That's crazy. Because bitch, you're not leaving me with 4 kids alone in this house. You would be insane. Like I would be fucking. I'd have that nigga chained up in the basement because you got me fucked up. You watching
now the most recent mother of his child his youngest child. She's a comedian by trade. So I don't know if she's kind of low key trolling because of he went viral with this whole thing. But this is what she came out with today on her IG. People were saying y'all got to go to her story because she on here tripping. But let me play this from her. This is what she said, and so maybe this gives some insight into why he chose her.
I don't know about y'all. I don't know what brings you guys joy, but it really brings me joy to serve. I love being a servant. I love to serve. It just brings me joy. I love it. I love serving. I love it. I love it. I don't give a damn. I'll be up at 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, cooking breakfast, serving. I just love that. I don't know about y'all.
I'm like, girl, is you talking about selling drugs?
I'm like, what is she talking about?
I'm like, okay, this girl in the kitchen, she fucking whipping up that dope. She's serving these niggas. Get your money, girl. Anything other than that, ma'am.
And
like,
you know what's funny? What's funny is that like when you hear his rhetoric and then she comes out, I just love the service. Kind of like it kind of goes to that stereotype where people say dudes like that get with, and women don't get upset with me out there when they say dudes like that get with weak-minded women. Like they go for women because she's like, I just want to serve. Okay, well, I'm not mad at her for that because a lot of men are out here talking about I want a woman that's submissive, that's this, that's that. But you know, maybe she's going a little. Maybe she needs to tell a nigga to stop. You know, do you want to get married, ma'am? Let me ask that question to you. Shit.
But I still wanna know what his relationship with his mother was, no matter if they been married all this time. But did he grow up seeing his mama do everything? You know, like she took care of the kids, you know, things like that. And so that's how he is looking at it. Like, okay, the women are supposed to take care of it anyway. And then sometimes men have a unknown hatred towards their mother, and they go making all
Be
these.
careful, because the last time you went down this road, you talked about people's mama was ugly and all types of wild shit, Amber. So
I wasn't even gonna say that this time. I'm just saying, like sometimes they have a deep hatred for their mother.
No, niggas definitely do be hating their mama,
and they create all these broken homes because the baby mama with the 4 kids said that he left her because she wanted to be a wife.
And then, like, I swear, I don't know. I need to start a school or something because, like, it just starts with, like, I'm just like, there's so many points that have been missed to the point that why are we at level 100 when nobody talked about level 1 to these people? Like, that's kind of the thing. It's like we've skipped so many levels and now we out here scrambling for real. So I'll say all that to say, like, it's just what has been missed is the value of women, and that's not even just bitch microscopic view. That's not like scoping in on black men. That's not scoping in on white men. Like men, period, across the world for so long have just devalued women to the point that even like the family is lost. So when you value a woman and value what those 9 months look like and like support her through like actually raising first of all, if she decides to keep your child and decides to love you enough to like go through that whole process, bitch, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you if you don't value her. I promise you. I promise to God. I promise to God, and I mean that because it's just getting old. And so then, like, when we don't got that understood, now we have a world where there's all this kind of shit, and it's like the first level has been overlooked. Like when you can't be born without a woman. How are you gonna like genuinely make love and like fall in love and grow? Like, what do you do? And so until that's understood and valued, this is the kind of shit that I be seeing and it's irritating me as fuck. Like you just run around like, oh, she'll have the baby. The baby will stay with her. That's how they can keep doing this because they don't feel like they have to commit. They can just go live life and do a fucking podcast While like the mom is raising the kids, it just deserves backhanded slap. Like I would have to hand them out for eternity if I was able to get to that task. I'd be slapping hoes for eternity. It's like,
No
it's just
facts.
so,
And look, that's why you need to have y'all haven't had y'all men's night. I told you
yeah.
you need to be working on the
Yeah.
Divine Masculine podcast. And
Yeah.
then I also feel like, of course, women have their role too. And that's why I think all women should stop fucking these niggas immediately. Like, dead ass. Like, don't fuck these niggas no more. Because 4 kids and this nigga could leave you is correct. Like, I can't even. I have one, like, and I'll be fully transparent because I did create a broken home, right? But give me some grace. I had my baby at 19. Like, that you're having a baby at 26, 30, 35, and like making these decisions is crazy. Like, I was a kid, okay? I wasn't thinking, I didn't have no higher level. My frontal lobe wasn't even fully fucking developed.
Yeah.
But for you to have a developed frontal lobe out here and like not even thinking of like what it's like to have to raise a person, to care for another being that you bring onto this earth, and not to be more conscious and intentional with it. So that's why, like, you know, it's all roles to play. Because even when it comes to like men hating their mothers, I feel like some of that is justified. Because I've seen some bullshit mothers out here. I've seen the things, but of course, like, it's all a cycle. And we can go back and forth, pointing fingers, blaming, and doing all the shit. But at the end of the day, we all have to make individual choices to change and be better and to show up like different. Like, because you can keep repeating this shit. You can keep repeating this shit. Like, you can hate your mama so much that you decide to just get this bitch pregnant and not be in a home. And now you done created a baby mama who's stressed as fuck. And now she's taking this shit out on the kids. And it's the whole cycle, like, keeping repeating.
Because look at, what's his name? Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he lived down the street from his daddy the entire time when he was growing up.
I remember that.
He got issues. Every time I see him on camera, there's something wrong with him. So, I mean.
Every time I see him, there's something wrong with him. Damn.
I remember that he had a TV show. I remember they walked across the street to go like try to talk to his dad or something, right? Did y'all ever see his show?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was
and he cried every 2 minutes.
Yeah, he is a very emotional person. Yeah, he's very
but
emotional.
see, at least Cam is like talking to a therapist, right? So at least he is trying to do the work.
Trying to get her pregnant too, hell.
On the show, that's
I'm like, I don't know if he was talking to her or just like interviewing her.
No, he was
dismissed.
He was listening to respond because I don't think he heard nothing she was saying.
I do want to say one thing to Naomi's point, and well, not to Naomi's point, because she was wrong that jocks are just dumb. But in that vein, I will say this: Cam Newton is a 1%er. He's a very rare specimen. Pause. And this also goes to what Amber was saying about his relationship with his mother. Cam Newton, and this ain't, to disparage Cam or none, I'm not, but Cam is who he is. Cam has been an exception to every rule his entire life. Mm-hmm. Cam is 6'6", 240, 250, something like that. And whatever room he walks into, he's the best athlete in that room. And that's been that way his entire life, right? So when you're that and you play sports, we know this, you get catered to your whole life. So to Amber's point, did he grow up watching his mom do everything? If it wasn't his mom, it was somebody else doing everything for him because of what he could do, right? Athletically. It was always somebody that was making an exception for him, doing stuff for him. For the people that don't know Cam's background, and again, this ain't to disparage Cam. This is just to tell you how special he is. Coming out of high school, he went to the University of Florida. He was on the same team with the white boy, Tim Tebow. He ended up getting kicked off of the team in Florida, right? At Florida for some bullshit he got into. Right? All he did when he got kicked off because he was so good, he went to Blinn Junior College and won a national title. Left there, went to the University of Auburn and won a national title at the Division I level, and then was a first-round draft pick. So even after getting kicked out of the University of Florida for some foolishness, his talent was still so good that it shine through. I'm saying that just to say.
True, though. It's true.
You say what?
That's so true. That's a great point.
Right. I'm saying all that just to say this is somebody who has always his whole life been so immensely talented that like shit has been given to him. And from what everybody tells me, I don't know, I'm not into that, but I hear a lot of women say they always liked the way he looked. So you're a good looking dude and you're a great athlete, right? So everything has been like the world's been literally your oyster, right? And that creates a certain level of entitlement. Let's be honest. And now you got hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank account too on top of that now. I mean, I understand. I don't condone, but I understand.
Yeah, I understand. And what you're saying is valid, and I'm glad you say that because that's just another thing that I got time to get my clock, bitch, because that's something else that got to get clocked. Because we put way too much value into sports and like athleticism, and like that's just enough. And then the whole time, like this person's an asshole, or this is like a terrible person, or this person can't read, or like this person, like it's not thorough. And like it's because people be so damn happy and content and proud because the bitch could throw the ball good or hit the ball or shoot it. And it's like at some point you have to develop a more thorough human than like an athlete. Because like bitch, we're more than a body anyway. Like you want him to be able to think for himself and be able to like raise a family and like commit to, you want like those are things you want. That I'm telling you, God knows my heart. And like the things that make me so proud of like bitch, I see that you are a good person, kid. Like I see that I'm raising someone. When I'm not here, my heart is gonna have faith that I've raised a good quality person in this world, you know? Not somebody that's like causing more damage or like just, you know, those are the things that I'm thinking about, not about like throwing a football or how hard he can kick and shit like that. And I feel like we be missing that point. So then like they'll be great athletes, but then just not the best person, you know? Or just not like, you know, then like don't value women though, or like, you know, fucking their wife up in the hotel room. Like, you know, but it's a great athlete though, you know?
Let me ask you this, Amber. Let me ask you this, Amber, as a woman, right? Because I feel like sometimes in these situations with Cam Newton, with Nick Cannon, with other athletes, I feel like sometimes we let the women off the hook, right? Because when you're like the sixth baby mama, you know, that's kind of crazy to be honest with you, Amber, right? Like, so you already know he got 9 kids by 5 different women, and now you just dive in and become the 6th baby mom now. That's kind of wild.
That is wild. I'm like more
Amber
of a classic
said, I don't care. Amber said, I don't care.
It is wild.
Amber said, I don't care.
I mean, it is. But my thing of it is, we know how these niggas be doing. They be talking a good game like they gonna marry you. And then tomorrow be gone. So, but as women, we do need to take accountability of, you know, having kids with people who we know ain't shit. So.
No, and that's why I literally said all these women just need to stop fucking these niggas. Just stop all at one time. And you were like, whoa. But bitch, that's how you're gonna be able to take accountability because
that's doing a lot.
But that's why I say like women. That is doing a lot, but at the end of the day, what's doing a lot is bringing these children into like homes. Like that shit is not what's up. I don't care what nobody's saying. Even when it comes to like the co-parenting thing, like I have a great co-parenting relationship, and thankfully, like my son's father is still in his life, and we're able to like do that, right? But it's still not gonna make up for the fact that like we're not 2 people in love in the home, like raising our child in love and catering to our child and the way that children need to be catered from, because there's something that you can receive from your mother and it's something that you can receive from your father. It takes 2 people to raise a child, period. Like, right. And I've already recognized that, right? So I've always like, I'm not gonna have like another baby daddy. Like my next baby daddy gonna be my husband, right? Because it's like and it's not gonna be no divorce after 2 kids. It ain't no divorce. I'm sorry. Maybe after they 25 or some shit.
Damn.
It's like I'm not finna be left raising these kids. Like I'm not finna be on the weekend with 4 kids. Like that would just, baby no. I might have to switch the whole paradigm and be the deadbeat mom because bitch, you're not gonna leave me with the 4 or 5 kids.
to go along with what you're saying, Naomi, because I hear Nick Cannon say it, I heard Cam say it, I hear a lot of dudes say, I'm a great father, right? And I'm not saying that they're not, right?
No, I'm
I'm
like,
not
please
saying
bring the
they're not.
kids on the
But
podcast.
but
And let them speak on it.
but here's what I would say though. I would think that you're such a great father. Why not try to get full custody of all your kids, primary custody? How about that? If you're
He's
such a
like,
great father,
no, I'm trying to
right?
fuck a new
Why would I
bitch
do
every
that?
night. I'm trying to fuck a new bitch every night. Doing that
Right.
shit.
I'm just saying. And I know the dude's gonna get on me now, like, oh, you simping. No, I'm just saying though, if everybody's such a great father, right? Why not tell those women, hey, I'm the father to all these multiple kids. I want to be the custodial parent to all of my kids, and then y'all can get them, you know what I'm saying? We can figure out the times for y'all. But I'm the one, if we doing the damn science experiment, right? I'm the goddamn constant in this experiment. So hey, let me be the custodial parent. I haven't seen one of these men that say that I'm a good dad really petition to say, hey, let me be the custodial parent. You know what I'm saying? I'm just,
Well,
Sounds crazy
I mean,
and
in
kind
his
of off topic, but
situation,
not really.
in
But
his
I had met this nigga out, and he was trying to talk to me. Why this nigga has 7 kids and 4 baby mamas? I was like, sir, and then still wanted to be blowing up my line like I was dead ass gonna talk to him.
Those
Like,
be the ones.
and
Those
he
be
was
the
trying to
ones.
tell me,
that
he was like, men are, we're put on this planet to procreate. Like,
Oh,
nigga,
shout
you've
out to
done
him.
enough.
Okay, one of them Negroes. Okay.
Like, nigga, you've done enough. And it's like, so please just go take care of your kids. Like,
I know,
you
like, at
don't
this point,
talk to me. I'm like,
honestly.
please don't talk to me. You got so many kids. I know you ain't talked to one of them today.
Don't
like,
talk
there
to
is
me,
no
it's crazy.
need. There is no need to be talking to me or trying to hit me up or
Did
trying
you talk
like,
to your
'cause-
kid? Did you talk to
no,
your
like,
babies
please
today?
call your child.
Right.
Don't call me.
Don't
Bitch,
waste
call
the
your
day.
daddy. Oh, don't call
Bitch,
me.
call your daddy. Bitch, don't call me.
No,
What was you
so
gonna
it's
say?
just like, so, and I think, because I know a lot of women were saying, like, a lot of men have this perspective, right, when it comes to having all these kids and like creating broken homes, whether that's, consciously or unconsciously. And people are like, there's no nigga like Cam Newton. He has a Heisman and like, nigga, y'all are missing a point on purpose because this nigga's without athletic abilities, still on that same type of time where they're
Right.
allowing their fears or whatever unconscious programming is holding them back, who is like, okay with just fucking on women, having a baby with a woman that they don't necessarily love, care about, or want to build like a home or a life with.
Yeah.
And that shit is not what's up. And it goes the same for women. And like, so that's why I tell women all the time. Like, so I definitely do. I be trying to let the girls know, like, baby, that baby mama, baby daddy shit is dead. You
Yes,
do
you
not
do.
want that shit. That shit is dead.
You do be letting them know.
Aspire to more. Aspire to
Yeah.
more.
You do be letting them know for sure.
Facts.
Go ahead, Amber. What was you gonna
They
say?
don't listen now.
I was gonna say, as far as his situation, we all know like what is behind. He has money.
Yeah.
The majority of these people are having kids so they can have money. Now, that's sad enough, but what's even more sad is the regular folks having that many kids. Like,
And they got no money.
you can't.
They're like, we got $1,000 in food stamps a month.
I mean, like, don't have nothing, and there's still people out here that's having 10, 11 kids.
Yeah.
And they not know Heisman Trophy. They didn't go nowhere after college.
Yeah, they didn't go to
after high
college.
school.
Mhm.
After high school. So, like, I be trying to figure out, like, then it becomes like a competition because the woman, well, I have kids with them, or they be thinking, Delulu thinking that they gonna be the one, and it becomes that type of stupid shit. So there's all kind of kids that's just,
right.
I mean, in broken homes because no one is doing the whole, marriage thing, then having kids.
Right.
That's just like that's not even the norm anymore.
Nobody
Can I bring
realizes
this
what
into
it
the
takes to raise a kid. Raising a kid is
Can I
not
bring
easy.
this into the conversation, though, Lionel? I know we're talking about the men and creating broken homes. Can I introduce some toxicity from the other side? Shout out to Adele. Shout out to Adele from the other side, right? How How about her? How about her? Is she creating broken homes? She has she's the mother of Bow Wow's daughter. She has a son with the rapper Future, and she's expecting a baby with NFL player Dallas Cowboy Trevon Diggs. What is she doing out here exactly?
And what baby mama was that a Future? Like what number? So it's like obviously this bitch is a dodo bird, okay? Because it's already like if she didn't have a baby with Future, she was either 5, 6, 7, or 8th baby mama. So it's just like, girl. So yes, she is creating broken homes as well. Like she's on the same level as Cam Newton. It's not okay.
Yeah,
It's
they
harmful.
do it just for money. They're not only doing it just so they can have a check themselves, and then they're not even raising their kids. Did you have a Drea leaving a baby at home for days and weeks? Bro, yeah, it is definitely a double-sided point, and it's just a fucked up thing. What's more valuable than like you wanting to check, ladies, and what's more valuable than you just wanting to hit, fellas, is like a baby that comes from that. Because everything changes at that point. Like you can't be selfish. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. Like, let's connect the heart. The heart is broken, and that's sad. Like, let's connect the heart and like make sure that it's whole and like because ultimately the kids benefit from that. So, bitch, stop trying to get a check by fucking athletes. Like, please, that's old. That's so 1999. Like, please, let's do something
That was
else.
Amber's prime. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, can we please do something else? Let's stop fucking for money. That's so 1999. Let's stop just fucking hoes and having babies and acting like you're like your DNA.
But Joey, okay,
like your
so
DNA.
Joe, her name is Joey
Let's
Chavez.
stop. We need to stop acting like our DNA is not the most like valuable thing in the universe. Like seriously, something like you don't just shoot nut all over the place and into any old person.
Well, I don't know. I had a good time. But I'm saying that I want to put her out there because Joey Chavez, she has 3 fathers of her children. 2 are entertainers. 1 is an athlete. And it's like, yeah, she's not with either one of those gentlemen at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like she just continues to move on. You know what I'm saying? So
so she's losing too. She's losing too. And I feel like, women can definitely be in such a state of like trauma, right? It could really be like such a state of trauma where it's like when you're in survival mode. And so that's why it's different from Cam Newton, because it's like, nigga, you don't have to be in survival mode anymore. But I feel like a lot of people, especially when it comes to the Black community, there's a lot of survival mode. And so we're not able to thrive when we're just trying to like survive and get
and
by.
love. You can't love from there.
No, facts. You can't because you're like too focused on like getting through the day to get to the next day. Right. So that's a tough place to be. And it's just like, yeah, if you can't and becoming a parent, I think it's one of the most beautiful things in the world. Like, thank God I have my son. My son saved my life. Like, because for me, I was definitely, I didn't have no ties to this world for real. Like, before I had my son, like, I was 18, 19. Like, I dead ass could have died the next day. I wouldn't have gave no fucks. I could have ended up in jail. I could have, I was definitely gave no fucks. And my son was able to tie me to this earth, and thank God, because I have such a bigger purpose on this earth. And so it's just like a baby can really like, and I always feel like your children, that's like another level of true love. Like that's another level of true love, and it could really like break your heart wide open to where it's like you're able to expand and do better, and you should want to do better for this person, like this pure soul that you bring into the world. You shouldn't want to be the one that like harms them and makes them close up or makes them like not feel good enough. Because like imagine like the kids seeing the dad on the podcast like, damn, maybe this nigga ain't called me all week, but he's on here saying he's a good father. Like I ain't even seen him all month.
People do that to their ego. People be doing that to their ego, because even I have to check myself and say like, Nas, like what ways can I grow as a dad? Like what way? Like what do you be thinking? Like, oh, he get on my nerves. Like what do I do that makes you feel like that? So I can know. Because if I don't know, then there's no chance I could ever fix it. But if you tell me, then like I care enough to help. And the reason I like don't go women a lot of times, because I do recognize what you guys are saying. Like women gotta be accountable too, and that's just the truth. Period. But like I always put focus, and it's like a bias on the men because I do feel like men are leaders. Like I feel like we're the leaders in this bitch. So I feel like when you lead by example, I'm not gonna look at a woman and tell like a woman like, hey, you need to like. There's nothing I'm gonna tell her. But I'm gonna look at myself and say like, let me act like, because I've gone down that road and I realized I could be trying to tell her how to come all day, and it's not gonna happen until I show her with my actions that she is able to let her guard down, if she can move like that, if she can be comfortable enough to like do that thing that I'm asking for. So it's always just comes back to me leading by the example. So like it would come down to men being able to value women and recognizing like their value before you just say like, well, women like just don't have sex with the men, and just like that's because that's insane. Like you got to ask the leader to step up. If I'm going to another country to talk business, I'm not looking for the women to talk to, like, or not, no shade. If the woman is the leader, then that's what I need to talk to. But like that's the same thing. You look in the mirror and you say, hey, let me set the tone for how this house is gonna run. Let me set the tone for this relationship, for this woman I'm interested in, you know.
Okay,
That's
but
just,
you're
it's gotta be
saying
a
this,
reset. A reset.
and I feel, and I think that's where the cognitive dissonance be coming in, because like men do be like, okay, well, I'm the leader, I'm the one running shit, and it's just like, and shit is running into the ground, and it's like things aren't necessarily being, and men have been running shit. Like the state of the world that it's in right now, this is what it's like being led by men, right?
Yeah.
So like,
whoa,
that right. Right,
Dead
men
ass.
are the most powerful. They're the leaders. They're the logical ones. They're the thinkers. But so like, this is the world. Like, so this is like Cam Newton. He's living in the world where it's like, okay, men are the leaders, and so with men being the leaders, they choose like to not necessarily like be around, and more like so cater to their ego, and more so cater to like whatever the fuck they want to be on, and like maybe that could be about family. And maybe that cannot be, right? And so, yeah, I think if men definitely want to play that leader role, they got to step up in a different kind of way. But I don't know that these men actually do want to step up and be that. I don't know if that's actually what they want.
Well, to you and Amber's point from earlier, sometimes a lot of these men don't know how to do that, right? They've never seen it, right? Like they don't know how to step up and do that, right? Like they've seen what they think is masculinity, right? And they've seen what they think is stepping up, but in reality, that's not. And so what they're doing is what they've seen, but like some of these women are coming from two-parent households, and they like, nah, that ain't really it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something to be talked about as well. But I do want to say, like, when we talk about Cam, we had the same conversation about Nick Cannon, right? Shout out to Nick. But we do have to move the conversation, as Amber said, from just the dudes with money, right? Because we know kind of why they're doing it, because they feel like they just can. But the problem is that like there's a lot of dudes out here, no disrespect to the UPS workers, but there's a lot of dudes out here working at UPS, which you can make a really good living working at UPS. Not so much if you got 8 kids, though, right? If you got 8 kids working at UPS by 4 different women, that's a tough life. And Lionel just got out of here. Maybe he works at UPS. I don't know.
No, niggas just be like, I just won't take care of some of them. And like, I'll make my life easier.
It just can be very difficult is all I'm saying. I think that people do some. I think, you know, for me being a man, I understand the male perspective on it. I think it's bullshit a lot of times, but I also look at a lot of these women, and I know what you're saying, Naomi. I'm not saying that you're wrong when Naomi says they need to just stop having sex with these dudes. But like, we all know that like that's I'm gonna say that's an extreme position, because I don't think anybody really thinks that's gonna happen.
No, it's not going to happen. But, you know, more women are celibate at this point than I feel like have ever been before. And it doesn't mean it has to be indefinitely. I think a nigga will like kind of quickly get his shit together. Like we could probably put a fucking 2-week sex ban on niggas, and niggas will fucking.
But see, the thing is though, but here's the thing though, that Amber talked about it briefly. Amber said, y'all men, you know, y'all start talking about this, promising this, saying y'all gonna marry me, right? Like that's the.
See, but I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that. I don't think niggas. are just like that good or that deceptive, and like they can be sure.
What I'm saying, and I think kind of what Amber was alluding to is that in a lot of cases, a dude will say whatever he needs to do to get whatever he wants to get, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever he needs to say at that moment, right? He has no intentions on following through. But whatever I need to say right now to get to whatever the hell I want to get, I'm willing to say that. And I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of times that's the game. That's the game out here, is that, let me get Lionel back in, my bad. A lot of times that's the game. And that's where, for a lot of women, if you don't have a father figure in your life, sometimes you can fall for anything. I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes you can fall for anybody saying anything that sounds good, right?
Yeah, but we're not just talking about saying shit. And that could be probably part of the problem.
But that's all they doing, though. Like, if you would do now,
so if a nigga is just saying shit, like just saying shit, not even really showing shit, like actions are not matching up, like he's not really moving like that. Because at the end of the day, so like you can make that excuse, like, okay, everything sounded good, but bitch, you still saw things. You still saw some shit that didn't add up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is I can show you actions though for 6 months to get what I want to get though. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's not off the table. Like for me, for 6 months, as they say, quote unquote, to be on good behavior or to do certain shit. Listen, man, it's some real goons out here, right?
No, I'm like, but niggas could be on that, but that doesn't necessarily mean have a baby with this nigga at the end of the day. So it's like when it comes to like, but yeah, I guess I really just feel like it gotta be a change, or else everybody gonna just keep going outside. But it's not gonna be me.
Well,
go ahead, Amber.
Strong as you,
No,
again, it's vice versa. Some of them have daddy issues, and so they're looking for that because they feel like they missed out on having a dad. Like everybody needs therapy. I've said this like 100 times. Everybody needs therapy.
Because I want the counselor to have, the Dr. Bryant. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say because I'm about to get off anyway.
I know you are. It was nearing a very late hour for Amber.
No, I'm glad that you made it out though, Amber. We ain't seen y'all in months.
I mean, y'all were being mean to me. I had to come on.
Amber, hold on before you go. Before you go, Amber, can I get your thoughts on this? This is a couple taking some pictures, and his wife or his girlfriend, his lady, his partner, whatever she is, I don't know how they define themselves, but she was annoyed with him because he was playing too much. And it was, I don't know why. Every time I watch this clip, I laugh. Maybe because I'm goofy like this nigga is. But how would you watch what he does? This nigga's a goof. He's a goofball. Watch him. Before you go, this is the last thing we'll get out of Amber. Watch this goofball. Have you seen this yet, Amber?
Yes.
Oh, he's my nigga. Let's go. Hey, why he grab? Why he?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have my stomach out if mine.
Okay, go ahead. Talk that talk, Amber.
If mine looked like that, I would not be wearing nothing with my stomach out. That's just me. So I just feel like she asked for it. Because why did she have it out?
Because he loved it.
Yeah.
He obviously, I feel like he make her feel good enough to where she could wear something like that.
Well, I have friends and I have a mirror, so I don't care.
But hold on, would you get mad at your husband though if you were taking a picture and he just like grabbed your stomach and like spread your belly button wide open? I ain't saying you look like that, Amber. I'm just saying this in general. If he did some wild shit on the picture,
I wouldn't have my stomach out like that.
Okay, Amber said that's the first problem. So she's the first problem.
He gonna do it through your dress regardless.
So she initiated. She initiated the issue.
How? Yes, she did. And he did it. And that's just it. So maybe that's their thing. But I mean,
There
she
you
sat
go.
there long
No,
enough.
like I feel like he loves her.
I wouldn't have posted that shit, so that's what came out my camera roll.
Aw, he loves her.
I
I'm
would be
not saying
cracking
he
up if I was a
But I'm
photographer.
not saying he don't, but he is bringing attention to that part of her body.
But she's
I'm
not.
not.
Yeah, but it
good.
doesn't matter because you could be confident in your
She does
skin.
not
Like,
do
so it's like having her stomach out is no different than any other person having their
But
stomach out.
she
Their
was
stomach's
annoyed
exposed.
though. She was like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
No, probably because it does mess with her, but still, like, fuck.
Because who opens somebody's belly button like that? I feel like I would have cracked up just because that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Somebody spreading a belly button. I'm like, what
No,
is
that's
going
funny
on
because
in
my
your
mom,
body?
I mean, my son will mess with like my mom's stomach. Like, and so that shit that he can't do with me. Like, my son be coming and trying to punch my abs and he can't. Like, you know, my shit is tough. So it's like two different things. But it's like,
That's like belly buttons are
I think
weird
it's
to
just
touch.
sweet to like, you know, for somebody just like to accept that shit. Cause I feel like you can kind of be more self-conscious about your body and not necessarily like want people to touch you or see you in that light. And I think it's just like
it is that you can accept it without doing that in front of other people.
Fuck them people.
Well, she the one got annoyed. Obviously, she didn't want him touching her.
Like them people.
There. Like, I don't know. So,
because I would thought this was great. If I would have just been a bypass, I'm like, oh, what? Did
Nah, I
deserve
probably would have felt
this
exactly
level
how I
of
felt. Like,
entertainment?
oh, he loves her. Oh, he's in
No,
love.
when I
with her.
saw it, because look, you got to go back.
That's so funny.
Look at the look on his face. He knew he knows she don't like that shit. Watch his face. He knows she don't like that shit. He was just doing it.
That shit
He
probably
know
feel
damn
good to
well
him.
she don't like that.
That shit probably feel good to him.
And that's annoying, but it's kind of funny.
All right, Amber. Let's let Amber get up out of here. Shout out to Amber, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all say good night to Amber out there, y'all. Thank you for Amber for coming on,
Good
man.
night, Amber.
so make sure y'all include me back now.
I mean, you still in the group.
We will. We're just gonna remove you from the group chat.
I wish y'all would have. I really wish y'all would have.
I was thinking you'd probably be getting tired of all our damn texts.
I got all y'all's number anyway. Y'all and I would have made the group back again.
Not put yourself back in it.
As you should. As you should.
All right, good night.
Shout out to Amber. Thank you, sis.
Good night.
So happy to see you. Good night.
I know.
Not Lionel left. What the hell? Oh. I'm like, how the hell Lionel pop out?
No,
Nah,
me
there
too. I
we
was like,
go.
where the hell did I go?
Okay, let's go here real quick. Hold on. Before we get up out of here tonight. I gotta go here. I gotta go here. Hold on, let me pull it up. God damn it. Where my shit at? There we go. Okay. Damn, I should have had Amber still on for this. Cause these little niggas lost their mind. Y'all know me. We were gonna do the R&B thing tonight, but Cam Newton took over the internet, so I had to go there.
No,
but
and I did not do my homework. So
I need more time.
No, I'm like, I did not do my homework, so I'm glad this got postponed.
It's all good.
I just didn't find out good enough yet. I'm still searching.
It's all good. So you got another week. See, you got another week. But I gotta play this though, because I like Day 26. I don't dislike them. I think they had a couple. They had like 2 good records. But
what's their 2 records for
in top 5 of like all time?
But these niggas are now talking about they should be included in the conversation for top 5 R&B groups.
I'm like, is my glasses working? Top 5 R&B group?
Okay, but
like,
you said they got 2 bobs. What are their 2 bobs? What are their 2 bobs? You said they got 2 joints at least. What are their 2 bobs? What are they?
I mean, they got the. What's the one? Is it Since You've Been Gone? Is it Since You've Been Gone? Is that them?
I'm like, I only know Kelly Clarkson.
They got I know they got the one joint, the stadium music.
All I know.
This is a bob.
They got stadium music.
For the first time.
No, and talk about a girl that really got famous off the TV. Okay, because she really
like they don't even eat up. They don't even eat up Danity Kane. If we're being honest.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
No,
but
because
let's
I
listen.
feel like Danity Kane definitely has more of a following. Like you'll still definitely see.
100%.
But then Roy, like he's kind of older, so he probably have more of a view of that shit. Because
I'm not
like,
even going back. I'm just
my
going
shit's
like they
lame.
not better than I can name just like 90s groups. They not better. I don't know who they.
No,
think they
I mean, of course, they
No,
definitely
they're
not
not
better
even
than.
top
They
50.
shouldn't be on there.
They're not top 50.
Okay,
Not
but
top
let's.
50.
Top 5, like it would need to be a very like niche, like top
They're probably
5
top
R&B group that came from Bad Boys TV show. Like, okay, yes, that's the top
Yes,
5 you
man.
can be
Let's
talking about.
let's hear them
But
out
to
real
say
quick
of
though.
all R&B is
That's so funny.
Here they go right here. Let's go.
All this talk about top 5 R&B, this and that. I find it highly fucking disrespectful. I'm just gonna say it. I find it highly disrespectful. Like niggas is humble. But I find it highly disrespectful that motherfuckers don't bring up niggas' names, and that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
That's all right though.
You know,
that's all right.
You just keep stroking him. Pause. Yeah, that's the flow of that came. I was like, yep, gotta take that one back.
Look, as it was flowing out, you was like, oh shit.
Woo!
you couldn't stop.
I immediately regret this decision.
I have to prove to him that I can sing in the drop of a hat, even if I just woke up.
Stand up behind your platoon, man.
yeah, no,
They
that's
don't play the MTV stuff, but they trip.
That's literally demented. I don't know what would provoke them. I don't know what like spirit of pride got in him.
It is crazy.
That is crazy. It's sick.
No, like day 20. I'm like, were y'all ever really like? Did y'all ever really get out the lab like that? I feel like damn, they never really fully.
That's what I'm saying. What's their song? Like,
no, I'm like, did they really even drop an album? Like maybe one.
They at the end of the day, I know that Danny Kane at least had one good bop. I can't think of it right now, but I know they had a song that was like a hit and viral at one point. But I don't know that for Day 26. I'm like, how could y'all say that? And you're not even the best on y'all's label. You're not even the best at Bad Boy Television. Not even Bad Boy Records, but Bad Boys Television. You're not even number one there. So,
no, like,
that's
what the
blasphemy.
fuck?
And he's talking about this mad disrespectful. You're being disrespectful right now. That's very disrespectful of you. And you clearly don't love and respect music.
You clearly do not love and respect music, cause like what? You're on Bad Boy, like nigga 112. Like
you must be putting yourself ahead of the Jackson 5. You putting yourself ahead of
no facts.
Come on, Boys to Men. Did they make the cut? Were they number 4? Like where were y'all at? What number were y'all? And then who's top 5 then? I'm still discovering groups. I'm discovering groups today that I've never heard of that were in the 90s that were so damn good.
I heard you singing that. Hold on. Before Lionel, before we started the show, I heard Lionel singing that. What were you singing? Switch? What were you singing?
That's Switch. That's the group.
You singing that Switch?
Day 26 is not gonna fuck. First of all, to my generation, Switch is the group that we got the sample of from Rich Boy. Those who did on that.
Right.
That was their shit. Like, that was their original. That's fucking crazy.
Would you gonna call me? Is that your real phone number? Like, are you gonna call me like you said you would?
And that's always such a magical moment too. When you do like find the song that like they did the sample from, like that's always such a wow.
Randomly, I was like
damn, whoa.
I was like, oh fuck. Then they were sliding on that beat. Yeah, they slid on that hoe. Like, it's just like we don't even get that kind of music, and we deserve. Like, I deserve that shit. Like, what? They're making good music, and so Day 26 is out of their fucking mind. That one was big. If you feel like that, you need to get in the booth, like, cause I know, like, with me right now,
they don't
like,
got enough. They don't got enough music.
Right now, and I'm trying to prove myself on the court, and like, I want the world to know that I'm the greatest fucking person that ever stepped on this house. You know what I gotta do? I have to eat like that. Like I can't just feel that way on the inside and like expect the world to feel that. I have to get on the court every time I eat and like show the world that I'm the best. And, like Day 26, you're not exempt. Y'all haven't put out nothing. Like if you had a Lauryn Hill album, then like you can maybe stand on that. But like what are y'all gonna stand on to make a statement like that? You know.
Yeah, I gotta be mental illness. I'm like, that's the only explanation.
Hold
like
on,
illusions of grandeur. That's what they call that shit when niggas are going through a bipolar manic episode. I'm like, y'all know I'm a psych major. That's delusions of grandeur.
Let me give him a quick. I'm gonna give him 8 seconds because we're gonna get a strike if I give him more than that. Let's go. This is their only banger right here. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me get to this goddamn singing.
Easy, but I don't know what I need to make you wanna leave.
Okay, there we go. Let's get to the hook.
You know how long you need, cause I can't take it. You'll ever know. Girl, I just wanna chase it, talk to you, let you know that I'm
That shit was, I like that song.
I never heard it.
You ain't never heard Since You've Been Gone? That shit was a banger. Since You've Been Gone was a good song. I fuck with
I didn't hear that one. And what else? What reality show did Willie end up getting on? Was it New York?
It was Marriage Boot
I
Camp.
Love New York. Huh?
Oh, he was on
Marriage Boot Camp.
yeah, he was on the Marriage. I think he was on Love and Hip Hop.
No, it was something else. I'm like, it definitely was a Marriage Boot Camp.
Yeah, he's been on a couple joints.
I'm like,
but yeah, they wilding. Cause like they like top 5, they
I feel
can't
like
even
it was on
with,
I Love New York. Somebody needs to search that for me.
If we just go with 90s groups, we
No
got
way.
Jodeci, we got Boys to Men, we got Jagged Edge, we got Silk, we got Next, we got Drew Hill, we got, that's already 6. We got Immature, that's 7. We
112. I really
we got 112. That's already 8. We got 8 groups already. Y'all can't fuck with, right? Off the top of the dome. I ain't even got too deep yet. Right?
Yeah,
That's
groups
just
was
8 off
sick
the
back
dome.
then. I would never make a statement like that. That's what I feel. That's what I felt about like Drake, like trying to battle Kendrick Lamar in rap. I'm like, why would you ever want to battle Kendrick Lamar in rap? That's crazy. Like of all things, I would never choose to battle. That's insane. That's the same thing here. Like, why would you decide to put yourself in that
That's a lot of
conversation?
nerve, bro. I don't know what they think.
Your catalog is not like that. Like your catalog is just not like
Your
that.
catalog is
you
not
can't
like
even eat
that at all.
Chris Brown by himself can eat up the whole day 26 by himself. It's like what makes you think you're gonna step into the 90s groups? Like because that's crazy. The 90s groups are on another planet. They're on Pluto.
No, maybe he was just thinking because they were like one of the few in the like 2000s, the 2000s and ups. But it's like, nigga, that shit was dying out, and you did not help it survive. Like you did not bring it back to life. Like that shit went ahead and died.
It died thanks to y'all. Y'all buried it.
Like y'all were the last breath.
Y'all had the chance and you dropped the ball.
He should have set some parameters. Okay, I want to talk about
like
this.
not boy bands. This is crazy.
Right. Cause look, I'm gonna bring like no disrespect, but I'm gonna bring in some of these white boy groups that y'all can't fuck with. Real talk. If we going 90s and 2000s.
I was already feeling like NSYNC. And
yeah, they
like
ain't
you know,
fucking with
I
NSYNC.
actually fuck with some Justin Timberlake. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like I don't know when black people got so upset with Justin Timberlake, but I definitely.
We just got our eyes on him. He got a couple bops up his sleeve. So.
Well, black folks got mad at Justin when he ripped off Janet Jackson.
That's right.
No, and I know that was a thing, but that happened when I was so young. Like I didn't even.
That's
really,
right.
like,
thank you for
that was when
bringing that up.
When it happened, it was like it's your fault.
No, but I feel like even after that, because I feel like that happened before Justin even really went solo for real. Or maybe it was right. I should look at that time frame. Was it right before his album dropped?
That was like right after solo.
Yeah, he was like, "Better have you naked by the end of this song."
So that would be so crazy to think about, like the propaganda and like the.
That was the sexy. That was the sexy back shit. That was a big record.
It was
for him
no way that was sexy back. When did that happen? Because
he ripped the shit off on Sexy Back.
Oh, okay. So
Justin Timberlake didn't eat
at the end. I better have you naked by the end of this. Better have you naked by the end of this song. Boom, rip the titty off.
Okay, but that's the
No,
first
that was
album.
such a setup. I didn't even know that was the actual line. That's obviously a setup.
I think because it wasn't supposed to happen like that.
It was totally supposed to happen.
100% that was supposed to happen.
Okay, on both accounts.
No, I don't think
Like,
she knew.
that was
I don't think that
supposed to
she knew, but I
happen.
don't think Janet. I think
so
Janet
exactly.
Was set up.
So Janet Jackson wasn't thinking that shit was supposed to happen at the thing. Like, right?
Knew
I
that
think it was
supposed
something
to
he was
happen.
supposed to take off, but this
Janet
is the story.
didn't expect the backlash. I think she thought people were just gonna be like, "Oh my God, wow."
She
didn't expect that backlash.
I can see that too.
So you
But
think
people
she
was
knew
like-
about it and it just didn't go good? So she was like,
Yeah, I think Janet, because listen, Janet's been famous a long time. People don't understand, man. It's still a lot of racial stuff out here. So you got a white man at the Super Bowl ripping off a black woman's pasty, showing her titty. It's a lot of white
Michael
women.
Jackson's sister.
That's Michael Jackson's sister.
Y'all better
Fact.
stop fucking playing with her for real.
Little
I don't want to have to bring up my
Little
pants. I feel like
sister.
I've had to slap too many hoes tonight.
It was a lot of people like that was not feeling that. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Hold on. Yeah. So,
but no, it's true.
Okay.
You don't play with Janet
damn,
Jackson.
that's eye opening. So I wonder if that played a role in like
100% it played a
next
role.
album to came out. Because I swear that album was
100%.
so long, like 7 years before he released his third album, which was
But
hella
I do want to play this though. I'm interested in what y'all are saying. We'll end on this for the night. This will be our last topic for the night before we get up out of here. I wanted to play this last week. I didn't get a chance to play this last week. Tell me what y'all think about this. Now look, with all internet videos, I send the same disclosure. We don't know if this is real, right? Or if this is somebody doing a skit. But much like a lot of skits, these are real scenarios that people really deal with in their real lives. Trust me, when I play this, y'all are gonna say, oh yeah, this is something that somebody's dealt with in our community. So I want to play this real quick, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this specific scenario that's going on here. Let's go. Did y'all catch this?
No.
Man asked his younger cousin to change her outfit because it was starting to make him feel uncomfortable. So she has on what's that fit she got on right there, Naomi? What's that? What is she wearing?
She has on like a romper onesie. It's orange and it's like tight, so it's like tight shorts, like yeah, like y'all know what the onesie girls be wearing.
The onesie tight joint. It's tight. And she's a curvy girl. Let's be very clear.
Shorts. It's not like the.
It is shorts.
But,
it's
so
shorts.
It's like the short, and it's like, and I have one. I have like my workout one I have for yoga.
And she's a curvy girl. No disrespect to I'm not saying that disparaging, but she's a curvy girl.
Mm-hmm. She thick.
She thick. And let's go. Let's listen to what he got to say when he talking to her. Let's go.
What type of slippers are those? Is it fake joints?
These are real ones.
Why you? No disrespect. I'm your older cousin. Do you think it's appropriate to walk around the house like this?
Yes.
No, girl. Like we not at a spot. Go put some clothes on. Get some shorts. A long t-shirt.
This is all short.
That's not shorts. Which outfit?
How you been?
On t-shirt, Leasia. Like nobody. Get out of here.
I'm grown.
No, you're not. I'm still older than you.
We damn near the same age.
Are you not?
We not the same.
And you got these Versace slippers. I think that you should take this off. I think you should change your outfit.
Okay, let's go. It's giving cousin was kind of low-key choosing. Let's go.
Now I'm like, now y'all used to be playing house together when y'all was young. Like, nigga, do you like your cousin? So, like, for him to drag it like that, but so I understand both ways. I probably would like put some clothes on, truthfully, like, because it's like now I'm gonna be feeling uncomfortable if I'm feeling like I'm being perceived in that way. But I feel like as a woman, like I said, I have a yoga fit that looks just like this. Like it's a one piece, it's green, and it's like if someone was to feel like I'm just wearing this, I don't know, but what's so crazy? I remember I had walked outside with it on, and my mama was like, you need to like cover up. And I'm like, girl, no. Like, I be straight. People be scared to tell their parents no and shit and like be listening. I'll be like, girl, no. Girl, no. And so she should be able to like wear her shit, even if she is thick. Like, cause damn. He was dragging it though.
What say you, Lionel?
I feel like he obviously know himself better than I do. So she might want to listen. That's like what I say. I'm like, you might want to listen. Like, obviously, I feel like at least he's saying like, hey, let's change.
No, like, not you can't control yourself.
Because I mean, like, there's people that just are weird. Like, he could.
I'm scared.
Who knows, like, where that could lead to? So. That's why I'm like, because that's what I would ask. I would like. That's why I always. I mean, I wouldn't say like.
Okay, what if this happened? So let's put it in a perspective like of your family. Like, let's say something happened like this. You overheard like maybe somebody like saying to your sister, like who's just wearing something like this. You overhear older cousin like, hey, do you think you might want to put something on? Cause how are you feeling?
I would just be saying like, listen, I'm like, don't ever like wear anything like that or like around that person. Like, you need to like make sure if you even are around this person, like make sure you're not dressed any kind of provocative way for sure. Like, at least. That's what I would say. I'm like,
and what are you saying? So you're not saying nothing to the cousin who's sexualizing her?
Because I mean, what am I gonna say? Like, hey, control your thoughts. But
yes, nigga.
That's not gonna make a person control your thoughts. Like, you gotta, when a person tells you who they are, you listen. And like, you're not gonna tell somebody to control their thoughts to not be a sicko out of being a sicko. It don't work like that.
Okay,
like,
so but if somebody is giving that sicko energy, are you still just gonna allow them to like come a certain way? Sure, it could be you know, you tell your sister or the woman like, well, you just better not like wear anything because you know these niggas, they'll just rape you. They're out of control. Like, they'll sexually assault you. Like, they're gonna sexualize you just for being. So you have to instead of like checking like, but she's not the problem.
No, she's not the problem.
And
it's just like survival
of
of
the
the fittest. It's just a matter of survival of the fittest. Because like, unfortunately, people do get raped by their family members, do get abused by their family members, do get exposed to trauma by their family members in sexual manner. So it's just a matter of like, it's just chestnut checkers. Like, if I know, that's like I'll be saying all the time.
But do you think covering up using
I'd rather
is
know
even really
that
gonna
there's
help?
a snake. Like, I'd rather know that there is a snake and that you are a snake. Cause either way, I'm a handle. Like, I'm the fittest. When they say survival of the fittest, I'm fit as fuck. But like, but either way, I'd rather know that like, oh, that's how you are. That's who you are. I'd rather know that so I can move accordingly. Like, that's just the most obvious thing for me.
But how is like what's moving accordingly? Because you're saying have her
like
change
I
her
would not
clothes.
let my like, hey, if this person's gonna be around for Thanksgiving or Christmas, definitely don't wear no shit that's like revealing because the last thing I want to do is go to jail on Christmas night. So like for sure, like now, because I feel like now that he said that, now we can like handle him accordingly. And like the last thing you want to do is like be in that position. It's like totally don't ever like wear anything else revealing around this person. This person is not controlling enough of themselves to like, you know, because that's how you gotta read rooms. Like you can like in the like the younger me would have like just been like, this is my space in reality and like this is my space in the world and like I get to exist like that. But like me as of now recognize like that while that's true, like that's true for everybody. So like some people are murderers and some people bitch is gonna like some people are like trying to steal souls and bitch some people is molesting children and all types of stuff. So like while that's true for me, that's also true for everybody else. So if I know that's how you are, then that's all I need to know. Like, period.
Yeah, I think that is crazy. I mean, listen, I'll say this because I don't know if she's living with him, then like, yeah, like at a certain point, it's just like you can't disrespect my house in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like for him to break out his camera and to be like, hey, I'm your older cousin. Why you know what I'm saying? Like the way he was talking was kind of giving the energy that like, you know, if his cousin was down and nobody would find out. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't turned nothing down with my collar.
Right,
Let me play
because
one
he's
more.
not just saying that for nothing. Like he's not just saying this. All this is not just for nothing. So
Let me
that's
bring it
definitely
back one
true.
more time
And
because
that's
he's
why it's problematic. So that's why it'd be like, I would probably need some shit to get checked. And see, but that'd be the problem with Black families. And that's why abuse and all this shit, all this
talk
sexual
that talk.
trauma
Go ahead,
has been
Naomi.
happening on for like decades and decades and decades. Cause like for real, and especially my cousin, you know, I always say like, if there's one people I'll pop up on, it's my goddamn family. Like I don't have no problem.
Right.
Like, telling them like what the fuck it is, and like because maybe that's why the fuck I'm in your life, to tell you like, no, that shit ain't cool. Like you're not about to like, because what it is literally sexualizing. You're not gonna, for one, sexualize like your cousin, especially not your younger cousin. Like, so there's somebody that you came up with that you knew. Why would you even be coming with that energy? Like, nigga, I got cousins, and it's like not that. Even if I was wearing something revealing and my cousins wanted to say something about it, they wouldn't say something like that. Like it wouldn't be in that way. They probably be like, "Girl, you want to cover
when it does
up?"
come
Like,
up that
girl,
way, yeah. So when it does come up that way, it's like, so you have two options. You either, like you said, check this person, or it's just like, okay, you move on, because otherwise they could have actually done something. That's the difference for me, because I would rather somebody be able to. That's where it comes in, is controlling
voice
yourself.
it.
Yeah, somebody being able to say like, at the end of the day, it's not like he disrespected her. Like, hey, I see you like this. This I'm like, it was just like, hey, this is kind of like extremely explicit as far as I'm concerned. And so like, it's just like, that's got to be respected.
Nah, it's giving
And
like your
like,
ass
and
is
for
looking
whatever reason, like that's like for whatever reason, but like who knows if it's his own personal purposes and reasons. Like I'm not gonna delve into that. That's wasted energy for me, because I know me. And so then, like, why go there when we can just like avoid this altogether? That's
I
when
just remember
it
the
becomes
movie.
that for me.
You remember the movie Play? I don't know, y'all remember the movie Players Club?
You know, that's my favorite movie.
And Diamond had her man over, and she was like, "Damn, don't you want to put some clothes on?" And she was like, "Well, shit, it's just Lionel." You know what I'm saying? Next time she came to the crib, her cousin was in there fucking her man, right?
Yeah.
So you know, so
Yeah, and she should have respected that. She should have said, no, my fault. Absolutely. Because that's a red flag. That's a red flag for Lisa Ray, for Diamond. But this little bitch right here, she doesn't give a fuck. Like the door is open.
No,
The
and
door
that's
is
why
open.
she should have kicked her ass out instead of just noticing. She was like, she just peeped that shit. But no, that would be enough for me. And so, of course, there always is respect. And, I'm not one that likes to, like, pull all that attention to my body. Because I know, like, shit, my ass is fat and shit. So it's like there is certain things that I wear that's going to look like. So it's like there's always a respect thing. Like, even when I go and I'm staying at my auntie's and like my uncle's there, like I probably wouldn't just come down in any like skimpy or who knows, like whatever thing.
That's a good point, though.
Unless I'm gonna go out to the club, then they gonna see
that's a
that
good
shit.
point.
Like if
For
I'm
her
gonna
to
go
wear
out,
that,
like yes, this is what I'm looking like. That's why I'm going out. So of course there is a part of respectability, but also I feel like this isn't necessarily like that bad. Like this is no different as if she was just in a pair of shorts and a tank top. Like
no, this is basically naked, just a little bit orange.
I mean, but that's any woman in tights. That's any woman in tights. And like, so that's the thing that like girls are using, right? And so it's just like, I don't know.
It's just respect, because like you said,
it could be both, but it's
wear that around your family is like, so like that's crazy a little bit.
She
It's
could
like,
be one of them bitches that only wear that shit.
Right.
That could be a BBL, and them BBL bitches can only wear tights.
And she needs this moment.
They can only wear tights.
She
So
needs
like,
this moment. You need to be an ant. I mean, you could be a BBL bitch outside. When you come inside, you need to be an ant. Put your pants on. Let the booty pop out in the back. Yeah.
Let me play it one more time from the top. Because it's funny, because he's tried to start off. Listen, he's so funny. He tried to start off talking about what kind of shoes she got on first. Nigga, you ain't looking at her feet.
Oh, what type of slippers are those?
Versace.
Is it fake joints?
These are real ones.
Why you? No disrespect. I'm your older cousin. Do you think it's appropriate to walk around the house like this?
Yes.
No.
No.
Girl, like we not at a spot. Go put some clothes on. Get some shorts. A
What does that
long
mean?
t-shirt. That's not shorts. Which outfit? Long t-shirt, Leasia. Like nobody. Get out of here.
I'm grown.
That's no. You're not. I'm still older than you.
We damn near the same age.
Are you not?
We not the same.
And you got these Versace slippers.
No, y'all, let
I
me
think that
say,
you should
because
take this
when I
off. I
was
think
younger in
that.
high school, I was like, just growing up in life, I've always just like preferred to be naked. So then, like, growing up, like, I would wear just like my boxers and that's it. And then, like, I know there was a point in time, like in high school, like, I just had become so accustomed to wearing my boxers. But, like, I had 2 little sisters, obviously, and like 2 parents in the house, and they would be like, we don't want to see like running around and just drawers. Like, and I was like a junior in high school. So like you put clothes on, like seriously. And like that's just in the name of like respect for the space.
No,
Like,
it definitely can be respect. It's funny when you put it in that way because my
because I
son,
was
he
comfortable. I was
loves.
good. I
My
was really
son
good.
loves being naked, like, and he won't even have no drawers on. So thank God you be having drawers on. So like the sites I be seeing, I be like, can you please like just put on pants? I'm like, please.
Yeah.
Put on pants. I don't want to see this shit.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
so I guess I could see it from that, especially if you're sharing a space. Like you're entitled to feel, but it just has to be a balance. Cause like
what
and I
makes her
don't know
think
what
she
their
could just have that
situation
ass
is
out
if
like
they're
that?
like really living together. Like hopefully not. They like, bitch, we at
Yeah,
grandma's
she
house.
just in here cooking breakfast.
We at our
in these
grandma's house. Like, relax.
AliExpress. She in these AliExpress slippers cooking breakfast in this one.
No, so it's like there has to be a balance because I would definitely like to be comfortable. But even so, like even when I do go out of town, like because I go out of town, I see my family a lot. And so, and I just be in the hotel, but sometimes I'll share a hotel room with my brother and stuff, right? And so like I'll still be in my shorts and my set, but it's just like different shit that you could wear for different things. But then I also recognize there's like a whole like gaggle of these women who wear like
this
shit like
stuff.
this. Like this is like their
Like
closet.
the BBL
Like, this
couture.
is the wardrobe. Like this is this in different colors. Like
The BBL couture.
No facts. So it's like
BBL couture.
Roy,
I don't know.
Roy, what would you think if your cousin, like, what do you think about this? If this is your cousin, like, what do you think?
I'm sitting there thinking about it now because it was just me and my little sister. So like growing up, like I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't, it's my little sister. So I'll be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even like, my first question would be like, what exactly? Hey, so what you cooking? That'd be my first question, nigga. Like, is that the shit that I want to eat? Right. But again, that's why I say I think it's like I'm like a decade and a half older than y'all. So I'm from a generation where like I was around when they was telling the girls my age, hey, don't be coming out there like that around these men. And these men were all
and that's problematic.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's problematic, but it's like I don't know. It's like
but this your best chance, bitch, because they're gonna traumatize you. Like if you don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because these men are all your family. These are all your family
members. Can be a level of protection, and I know I literally and thank God I'm me, and I'm not scared because like in some points like my mom will say some shit, or like my auntie said some shit like in the last couple of times that I've been home, like about what I was wearing, and I'm like, girl, no, like I can straight up like.
But see, I would never be the person to say that. Though, like that's what's crazy because it's not like I would be the person to say that though. But just like given the situation, like I feel like I respect him a lot more for like saying it versus instead the other option I guess would be just be a weirdo creep. And like I mean like this at least scratches the surface. I'm like, yeah, he's touching the line, but he actually is a weirdo creep. So it's like better to like don't cross the fucking line, bitch.
Better to know. And I'll be like,
he at least walked the line. He walked.
Maybe you should leave. Maybe you should leave. Or if this is your house, maybe
ultimately what is given off is that like unfortunately what is given off is that like a lot of men quote unquote can't control themselves no matter who it is, right? No
And
matter
that's
if
true.
it's
That's not hard for me to believe. So that's why I'm like,
that's
well, I'm
but
like,
like
at least listen, because not they don't all tell you, hey, I might have predatory thoughts while rubbing their hands. So I'm like, at least this is an opportunity for you to like listen and hear that, and like this is the best fucking
like
scenario because it didn't
what
just happen to you.
what
Like, 'cause
I
there's so
think
many women
about
they
though,
wake up
Lionel,
like,
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it hasn't happened and that it will not happen just because he voiced it and just
but
because.
what I hear though,
I think it's
Naomi and
like, because
Lionel,
regardless whether you're speaking on it, if you're having those thoughts, that's like that's
right?
kind of the path that you're on. Like
That's what I'm
kind
saying.
of like what.
So what I'm hearing is that right? Is your uncle, as long as you don't wear nothing around him that might arouse him, he might be like, man, the most down for you uncle in the world, right? He gonna help you out with your student loans, put this, but shit, if you wear some short shorts around him with, I don't know, uncle might trip out. Like, that's crazy.
or like you said, I'm still older than you. Cause I'm just like, if I'm, cause that it's just there's
Yeah,
different
like,
people.
you're
Cause
right.
like, cause to
You're right,
somebody
yeah.
like me, like even though I still recognize that it's like I know that's a certain kind of like person, and like that's extremely revealing nonetheless. Like you're covered up, but there's nothing for the imagination. And so like some people are not just like looking at that and desensitized. Some people are like, oh my god, this outfit's crazy.
But
That's
Naomi hit
like
the
I
nail.
said, if I have boxers on and like I'm just because I'm comfortable, or I'm just like wearing
Right.
the
Yeah,
like
no real shit.
my night pants from like Walmart that's like extremely loose and gray, and I just
You
don't got
know,
no drawers on. And I just got like my Johnson swinging, making breakfast. And like if somebody tells me, hey, this is just a little, a lot. Like I mean, like okay, like it might not even be in the name of him, but if it is that, like at least
to your point, Lionel, like in our society, there is a difference, right? So like nobody like really like, in our society, if your male cousin, to your point, Lionel, walks into the kitchen after working out with no shirt on, no one thinks that like that's just super out of pocket, right? But like to y'all's point, that female cousin, that might make her think, shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know he had it, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's crazy, y'all. The whole shit is crazy to me because like you should be able to be able to walk around. You would think that you should be able to walk around your family and not have them sexualize you. I'm just saying.
And
You
so if
would
I had
hope,
my shirt off in the kitchen
Because
and my cousin
that's
was thinking that, I would
problematic, 'cause
rather
you're
know because I would never wear my shirt off around her. Like I
no, but
wouldn't give her
if
that.
you're so Lionel, but still to like, even if like, so even when I want my son to cover up, I don't have it because it's like I sexually can't stand the thought of seeing his body, right? So I feel like his tone that he was coming with and like his intentions of like when it comes to this outfit, it stems from sexualization at the core of it.
Yeah.
So to not even be able to like be around your family member who saw you, like who has been around you your whole life, and not like be destigmatized to that, it just shows something. So yeah, it's
But
crazy.
that's the thing. People do actually, like I said, molest and rape their families.
No,
Like people
facts.
be sexually attracted to their families and they be taking shit
Facts.
without consent. And so then it's just like that's that, and it sucks. Like it really sucks. I was bitch slap every bitch if I could. But like it's
No,
the
but this is
reality
how you
is that
protect
that's
them. Cause I'm
people think
like,
like that. So you'd
you
rather
gotta go.
know.
And so like, yes, and people can think like that, but they're not gonna think like that around me and my family. Blood or not, because we got children coming up in here. We got women, like I have little cousins here that
right.
should be able to grow up like free. Because if you're gonna have it, even if you do cover up, like he may not voice it then, like, okay, so now it's not that much of a problem. Now I need to speak up about it. I'm still feeling like this, and I can still easily come like this if you're gonna let it like be around. But at the end of the day, like you gotta check that shit. Cause I know I've even had to like, thank God for me being who I am. Like when it comes to my family, like, yes, baby, I'm that reckoning. Cause this shit, like y'all want to sweep under the rug and I like doesn't exist. And I'm gonna give it with love because I love the fuck out of my family. And that's why I will tell them when they're fucking wrong. And when like you need to get right. Because if you're not gonna be real with your family, who the fuck are you gonna be real with?
Yeah.
And so It's time to like change that shit. Like, yes, can she be more respectful? Can she cover up? But we already know that's not gonna change sexual abuse. Like, if it was that easy, I'm sure like we could have really nipped that in the bud.
Look, I gotta play it the other way as well to say, because to your point, Naomi, that like the energy they giving off is kind of like they used to play house.
No, like they probably already did some touching and things have already happened. But
that's what it's giving. It's giving off this energy that like back in the day, they used to be like the old folks say, they used to be hunching.
I'm like, look, you know, my people from Arkansas, you know. They be saying Kansas be fucking their cousins, okay? Like,
yeah,
that's
in the deep, at least, hold on, what they say in the deep South, maybe they wasn't like actually having intercourse, but maybe they was clothes burning. That's some old shit. Clothes burning.
Oh my goodness. No, my people definitely say hunching.
Hunching. Yeah, they was hunching. God damn it. You know, so it's kind of giving off. Maybe she wanted. So I'm just saying that, like, man, like the fact
but
that like,
can be problematic in itself. So it's just
problematic.
Like, so it's just like at the end of the day, it's like it's just giving notes of like a problem. And so I think it would just be very interesting if I was like to hear that, and especially like growing up now, because like when you look at the rates, what is it, like 1 in 4 women are like sexually abused. Like 1 in 4 women. Think of the groups of 4 women that you know in your life.
Right.
And so just think of the sheer women that you know who have been abused. And like, you know, these are just like clinical numbers. Who knows like the people that aren't even really coming forward and speaking. And so it's like, you know,
but you can only control what you can control.
No,
so
that's and
what
like,
I'm like,
what I can't control for sure is whatever spaces I'm gonna be in.
Yeah, and that's true. And so, but now you know. So, like, now you know. Like, it'd be better to know that this, because it's another thing, and I feel like it's dangerous to just be like around a person dressing like this whole time they thinking all types of shit about you, and like you don't even.
But damn, you can't even be at home. Imagine
and
you
then
at
like
your grandma's
turns out
house,
not only do you not know
you
that,
can't
but
even
then
go to your grandma's house in peace. Like, imagine that shit. Imagine
well, maybe
that
not,
shit.
Naomi. People have gone to their grandma's house and had trauma. Like,
no
maybe
facts.
Not. Like, my grandma's house is like heaven, but like that's not everybody's experience. Like, maybe not. Like, some people go to their grandma's house and that's where the worst times of their life happens. And so that's why I was just like, if you could help that, like knowing that, if there's anything that can help, I feel like some insight could help. And then like maybe even knowing this moment could tell you like, oh, let me just stay the fuck from around here. And that's beneficial. But that's beneficial to like know, because then that saves you a lot, like a big T. It could be a big trauma or a small trauma. That's a big trauma. So like that saves you that experience for sure.
No, it does. All right, let's get up out of here for the night, man. I think that was a good conversation to end on. I like that video is deep on so many levels. So I think that's a good topic for us to leave out on the night for. Shout out to everybody, man, that chopped it up with us tonight, man. Thank y'all for bearing with us. We were a little bit late tonight, but y'all still tapped in and showed love. So we definitely appreciate it. You dig? Shout out to Amber for coming through and make it enliven than what it was. Make sure y'all tap in with us next week. Y'all do that homework. Do that R&B homework so we can get it in. And yeah, man. Peace to y'all, man.
Hard. Bye.
Pause. That's what she said. We out of here, man. No strings. We out.
I would never say that.